I've shown you clips before of Kyle Clark, the Colorado news anchor who reports on, because he's out of Colorado, Lauren Boebert a lot. And it's always great reporting and sort of their continued interactions and back and forth is fascinating to watch. And here he covers the hearing that Lauren Boebert was a part of and her takes on aliens and out of this world things and genetic manipulation and all sorts of things that, listen, are fascinating, complicated subjects, meaning Lauren Boebert's not the person that I want to be learning from on those, or that I want to be heading up the investigations into those. Kyle Clark seems to have a similar view because he struggles to even seriously deliver the monologue here about Lauren Boebert's day in Congress now that she has been reelected, unfortunately. While you're watching this clip, please do, if you are not already, click the subscribe button. And thank you so much to each and every one of you who has been clicking. It is very, very appreciated.
Lauren Boebert won her new safely Republican seat by only half the margin of her Republican predecessors, but she is already back hard at work in Congress, laser focused on the issue that Coloradans sent her there to address: underwater space aliens. Boebert's on the House Oversight Committee, which is looking for secret government research into aliens and UFOs, which they now also call UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena. Today, 4 self-described UAP experts testified to their belief that the Pentagon is hiding proof of aliens visiting Earth. Boebert said, quote, "The American people are being kept in the dark." Her line of questioning was pretty out there.
There are rumors that have come up to the Hill of a secretive project within the Department of Defense involving the manipulation of human genetics with what is described as non-human genetic material, potentially for the enhancement of human capabilities, hybrids. Are any of you familiar with that? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
I am not, ma'am.
I'm not.
No, ma'am.
Non-human hybrids with special capabilities. Boebert was not done there. She spent most of her allotted time
Is that the plot of X-Men?
questioning the experts about alien cities and civilizations in the depths of the sea.
And so are there any accounts of UAPs emerging from or submerging into our water which could indicate a base or presence beneath the ocean's surface?
I don't know about a base, but, you know, as I mentioned, I had a different source entirely describe this pretty extraordinary footage that exists of orbs, of an orb coming out of the ocean and being met by another orb.
And seems like there's still some questions that we need answers to, and we will not relent until we get those to the American people.
Boebert clearly left the hearing without her answers on aliens, but said that she is looking forward to working with the incoming Trump administration to get to the bottom of this alien hybrid human thing and those underwater alien cities.
Okay, I love his vibe every time. Because on his face, he's delivering a very professional bit of news, but then behind the eyes, you can see his thoughts about Lauren Boebert. But I will say, okay, so there are actual discussions in this whole alien thing, right? The UAPs, formerly UFOs, and what we could be studying, and all of that footage that is fascinating. I've told you before, I don't know why I've never found that topic. I just can't get interested about that topic. So that's why I don't bring it to you ever, even when these hearings go on. Because I want to take the time, if I ever covered things for you, to really understand and have a take on the stuff that we're engaging with. But here it's just sort of, for so many years we've had, well, that's interesting. Oh, that's something. Someone's claiming they have inside knowledge of this or that, and it doesn't really materialize. And I really would need some pretty smoking gun level stuff to start investigating or being really interested in the alien topic. Because, yeah, are there things that we don't, technology we've stumbled across, our military has, or the footage they'll show of, aircraft couldn't move like that with any human technology? That should definitely be looked into, and we should try to understand, could this be just a foreign country with some crazy thing, or is it completely defying physics? But I don't find people jumping to the conclusions that there's like this underwater alien world that our defense department's in communication with or something and hiding from us for some reason. Like that just, If an alien comes and smacks me in the face, then I'll let y'all know, I guess. I know that's not the most thoughtful analysis, but what I can tell you is the person I don't want leading the charge to get to the bottom of these things is Lauren Boebert. Kyle Clark does have a history of calling out Lauren Boebert. I'll show you some of my favorites.
Republican Congressman Lauren Boebert is once again taking credit for federal funding for Colorado projects that Boebert actually voted against. Boebert's office sent out a news release bragging about her role in securing funding for projects like highway safety improvements and water reservoir construction in southern Colorado. Boebert requested that funding through the earmark process, which is when members of Congress add local projects to bigger spending bills. In this case, Boebert's earmarks were part of the government spending bill that passed in early March. Boebert is one of 40 Republicans who obtained earmarks and then voted against the bill. She was out calling it, quote, swamp omnibus bill, and said that it funded Democratic priorities.
So that was one example. Boebert has multiple times attempted to take credit for things that she voted against, and Republicans keep doing this. Democratic legislation ends up actually being popular. They take credit for it. People don't really know the difference, and then they vote for Republicans again. Yay. By the way, going back to the alien thing, if you my just layman's take is throughout the course of history, we've come across some really unexplainable things. Our government has, that is, technology that we might have that is like, where did this come from? What is this? That we don't really know how to explain. Like I mentioned, we've seen things, we've heard things. And the reason that the Defense Department isn't telling us what they know is because they don't really know what they know. It's just sort of I don't know. What's this stuff? That makes sense that would happen, and that there's not really a big proclamation to be made because it's just a big question mark. And likely until all of us, or long past all of us dying, that will be where things stand. I guess that's why I find it so uninteresting. Then an iconic one on Lauren Boebert here.
Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert's recent performance of sorts that got her thrown out of the theater in Denver was a lot of things, but it wasn't a surprise. I haven't seen a single person say why I am shocked that Lauren Boebert was rude, disruptive, and belligerent. This is, after all, the Congresswoman who suggested that a Muslim colleague was a suicide bomber. I haven't seen anyone surprised that Boebert did not tell the truth about what happened. Because, days before, we just fact-checked her latest false claim about migrants. I haven't seen anyone say that it was out of character for the Congresswoman to appear to berate theater staff members who were just trying to do their jobs. Really, the only surprise in all of this is that Boebert, once she got caught, apologized and said that she didn't live up to her values. What? When Boebert didn't know that the cameras were watching, she was exactly who she is when she does know people are watching. Boebert reportedly asked the theater staff, "Don't you know who I am?" Yes, we do.
I love that. I love that ending so much. There's too many things now, but that Beetlejuice, that'll live in the what's it called? The Hall of Fame of MAGA crazies. It's just something, you know? And it's interesting, we got so caught up on the handy-mandy of it all. I don't know. Do you have any other euphemisms? I'm trying to think of Jaden's not helping me out here. I was about to say what do you do to flour? All right. We took a break to look up what I was thinking of. The kneading dough. The kneading dough of it all, right? When you're, dogs. That took away from the plumbing of it all, right? Took away from how terrible she was to staff behind the scenes, and that's the real focus. Okay? Doe needing a side. That's the focus. I didn't know that phrase, to be honest, until now, but I guess that's what it's called when you mix water and make dough with flour. Very cool. I'm quite the chef, as you can tell. So we should focus on the fact that she was just rude and treats people with such disdain, thinks she's so above everyone. And we do know who she is. We really, really do. That moment, among many, many others, we never need to see behind the scenes, because even in front of the scenes, we have seen everything we need to know. Let me know, what's your favorite euphemism for what Boebert was doing in the theater? You can tell me in the comments, but don't be too explicit. And support the show by getting that bonus show by clicking the join button below.